video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki, and with me today is the one, the only, the Admiral of Anarchy. There we go, the Admiral of Anarchy.
Actually, I used to sign Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom, the Archbishop of Anarchy.
The Archbishop of Anarchy, Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom. Good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, fun. Glad to be here.
Thank you, and good morning, Jeff B. Mountains of Elysium, Dave G. Sound, Adega Outlaw, Mark the Infinitely Tired Project, Storytime, Chris Persia, Purple Valkyrie, good morning, Purple Valkyrie, Bird of Prey 5, Kapla, Matthew Barkland, Cobalt and Pudgy, hello, Cobalt and Pudgy. How is everyone out there doing this morning? Nina Green, good morning, Nina. And Vegas Sin 333. I'm assuming I think I know who that is. I'm not 100% certain, but
Who do you think it is?
I think that's V-Star.
Yes, it is.
It's the 333 that gives it away. Psychodorp 9. Good morning, Mr. Hyde. How is everybody out there doing on this wonderful Monday? It is a great way to start the week. Mary's Game Room. Good morning, Mary. And what we are here to talk about today, guys, we're going to talk about community. We're going to talk about community in our favorite IP, Star Wars, Star Trek, even some YouTube. And I wanted to start things off with one of the biggest communities in fandom, and that is the 501st Legion. Have you ever heard about the 501st Legion?
Oh, yeah. It is got to be the biggest Star Wars community ever. Just huge.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
It was started in 1997 by Alvin Johnson. Because he wanted a place to post photos of himself and his friend in their homemade stormtrooper costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's one of the biggest fan groups for any IP.
Oh yeah, and the biggest thing of the community is that they may not all agree on everything, but they have fun doing what they do. And that's the most important thing. Always has been.
Yeah, they have community guidelines. And basically the only thing that is required is that you make a homemade outfit. Not something that's store-bought, not something that you could pick up, at the Pive and Dime. They want you to actually build your own outfit, whether it be a stormtrooper, bounty hunter, Sith, villain, whatever it is, as long as it's part of the Star Wars universe, that gets you in the 501st.
Yep, I'd be kind of hosed. You ever try and make a suit out of wood?
You could use a 3D printer.
Yeah, I could, but some of that stuff requires talent. And, well, I just ain't got it. I'll admit that.
Well, the only thing I've ever put together like that is a shield. Put together a shield once. I'm not that talented. You know, you can use a 3D printer and you can paint, but even then, I'm like, well, I don't even know. Like, how do you get that ceramic look? You know, on that stormtrooper armor.
Oh yeah, I just I do simple woodworking projects. If you want something overly creative, I ain't the one.
Dressed in rags, I'm a civilian extra in Daisy Sound.
Yeah. You can meet my Alderaan counterpart in the other room.
The one that went down with the planet.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yes, they do. Isn't the 501 the one that came up with the pink R2 unit?
I think so, yeah.
That later project story time. Yeah, they are amazing. And that, see, that's unfortunately the problem with the people who don't like the fandom. They don't see the 501 as the great people they are, the helpful people. They see them as, you know, a community of whatever they think they are. And they don't see the great things they do for children. They don't see the other things like that. And that's what a community does. That's what a community is supposed to do. Okay, we're not here to be fans. We're here to be, well, we are here to be fans, but not over and above being friendly, polite, helpful people. Be humans first, like the IP. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I know that, you know, like you said, the fandom gets all kinds of shit, but they don't understand that a lot of us have this has been part of our lives. It's not just a movie. You know, I remember someone brought up this whole Star Wars is just space wizards for kids. A lot of us grew up watching these movies. A lot of us kept watching these movies. A lot of us collected books, collected games, collected magazines, collected comic books, collected action figures. I mean, there's so much stuff involved with Star Wars. And when a group comes together to celebrate that and it gets shit because people want to say it's one thing or the other, it's just sad.
Well, you know, I grew up, I didn't have a lot of money. I saw the original Star Wars movie at the theaters. I didn't have any of the toys. I didn't have any of all that kind of stuff. But I loved the movies. And every time I got a chance to see it, I would see it. You know, you'd be amazed at how much money you can save when you're running, you know, delivering newspapers so you can go watch Star Wars. Because that's the only way I was going to see it. But I was a fan of the movie and the whole series. And the fact that they take pot shots at us because we like something that they don't seem to understand just boggles my mind.
Yeah, and VSIN 333 makes a really good point. We're here to support each other, love, and be good to one another. That's how I feel anyways. No matter what it is, I support the individual without judgment because I love y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's okay to get upset when Disney did what they did with Star Wars. A lot of people act like you cannot in any way, shape, or form question what Disney did. And if you do, you're an istaphobe, or you're a Yahtzee, or you're whatever, and they start pointing their fingers at you. A lot of us have been in one Star Wars community or another, and we're all part of a bigger whole, a huge community that loves Star Wars.
Right. I don't. I'm a member of the YouTube community right now. In general, and I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. Okay. I'm not a member of any particular community. I'm not a member of the Fandom Menace. I'm not a member of this, that, and the other thing. I just love it. And I welcome anybody who loves it, whether they like this or hate this or whatever. We're all going to get together here on, in my world and just get along. Okay? If you don't want to get along with me because of something that you think I've said or something I believe, you're lost, not mine.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, a bigger community, the YouTube community is huge, massive. We are talking millions of people plugging away at YouTube.
Yeah.
For one reason or another, whether it's because of their love of the IP, whether it's because they don't like things, whether it's because they simply want their voice to be heard. And to be completely honest, there is going to be different opinions. And you can't say, well, you can't say this or you can't say that because you have a different opinion.
Well, I've made it perfectly clear that I have not yet seen Discovery. I've not yet seen Picard. I've not yet seen Lower Decks. I've not seen any of the movies after Force Awakens in the Star Wars series. Hence, I'm not going to pass judgment on those. I'm not going to say it's bad, good, because I don't know. I'm not going to pass judgment on anybody who says it's bad, it's good, it's, whatever. I don't care. Be friendly. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. And good morning, Chef Zilla, Starry-Eyed Girl, Bird of Prey 5, Jedi Bill, anybody I missed, good morning.
See you later, Starry-Eyed Girl.
I will. Thank you, Starry-Eyed Girl. Now, in every community, there is going to be, the best word for it, friction. There's always going to be friction, even in the very best communities.
Yeah, and there's always going to be some asshole. Okay? Good or bad, there's always going to be somebody that's going to stand in the corner going, let's push.
Yep.
Okay? I know one of them.
I think we all know one of them, one or two of them, yes.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I am one of those types of people. Okay? But
nah, not you. Not you, Admiral Doom. No.
Here's the thing. If anybody gets thrown under the bus by me, it's usually me first. Okay? Pudgy bounces. Admiral taught him a new word. What's that?
I would argue with that because with people like us, we are unabashed in our opinion of things. We do not hold back. We don't go out and seek a serious confrontation with anybody. We just won't hold back our opinion. And we're going to give it to you 110% and not hide behind any rhetoric or any bullshit. We're just going to give it to you the way we see it.
None of this is involved.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. But yes, and you're right. Okay. And see, that is the problem with that is the problem with a lot of people, is that they either sugarcoat it to not hurt people's feelings, or they just go all out on asshole mode. You and I tend to go, okay, this is the deal. This is what we believe. This is my opinion. You have a right to your opinion. I happen to think you're wrong. Maybe not. Maybe you aren't. I don't know. Right now, I believe you are. And let's just agree to disagree and move on. Okay? There are Star Trek fans that I have argued with, not only on the internet, but in person.
Yeah.
Because, I jokingly tell people that I jokingly say that, people who think they know everything are almost always annoying to those of us who do.
Yeah.
And before anybody reads into that, remember, everything in my life is I look at everything as if it's funny. I make jokes about everything because that's what I do. Oh, wow.
Purple Valkyrie, looks like the negative mob is out in force today. Smash that like, please, chat. You know what, Purple? I had them there before I even went live, so I'm not really that worried about it. And I mean, even the down ones help with your analytics, so I don't really care. It means I'm doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Kronos, keep firing, assholes. Oh, and hey there, everyone. Yes, hello, Kronos. How are you doing this morning?
There's going to be a bad apple in every community. We know that, no matter whether it's an IP community or the YouTube community or even in your local city. There's going to be a bad apple or two. It's human nature. What the problem is that there are some people out there who cannot accept that human nature actually exists, that everybody should be rainbows and unicorns. And if you aren't rainbows and unicorns, then you're bad.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. In real life, doesn't work that way.
No.
And we're going to have bad apples in the community. Well, I'm sure that depending on who you ask, there are lots of bad apples in YouTube. Okay. There are some people who swear on a stack of Bibles as high as my house that I am evil incarnate on YouTube. Because of something I've done or said or, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Hate mail. I love hate mail. I get hate mail all the time.
And they're entitled to their opinion. More power to them. It's not going to stop me from expressing mine. Because that's what I do.
Yeah. And good morning, Sith Lord 3827. Good morning, JJ.
Hey, JJ. Yeah. Happy, joy. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Joy feelings and all around you.
Yeah.
What seems to be your boggle? Motherfucker, how much do you weigh?
Right. But we always are going to have somebody in some community that just rubs us the wrong way. That's human nature. Yeah. I'm not going to like everybody on the planet. Okay. If you listen to me talk, I'm not going to like anybody on the planet, but that's beside the point. But there's always going to be that, whether it's in the Star Wars community or Star Trek. Okay. All this shit-nami over Star Trek and Star Wars on the YouTube thing is just ridiculous. People are going, and I can see both sides of it. Want a happy community. Well, unfortunately, happy community, those two words generally tend to be mutually exclusive. Because if I like something and you don't like something, who's right?
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that you can't have a extraordinarily good friendship with that person, even if you were arguing, even if you're fighting to the death. Me and Canuck, that's how me and Canuck really got to know each other, was fighting to the death over Picard. And we were, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking Kirk and Spock on Vulcan. Da, 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 da,
Yeah.
da, 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 da. I mean, we were fighting to the death over that. And then at the end of the day, we're like, "What's up, dude? What's up, dude? How's it going, man? Oh, it's going pretty good. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?" And it's just we're friends. We can argue, we can yell at each other. That's not out of that's not out of the realm of friendship to yell at a friend and get upset and argue. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, that's how he feels, and this is how I feel. I respect him for being like, no, F you, Loki, and he respects me for going, no, F you, Canuck. And that's our friendship.
And that's
forged in the fire of Star Trek.
right. And that's a good thing for the community. Okay, what's a bad thing is, well, you can't believe this because I don't believe that. You can't say this about somebody. Yeah. You can't say this about this person, or you can't say this about this show because, well, it's wrong because I said so.
He's right. He's right. Unicorns ate. They especially like virgins. They especially liked virgins. So it's kind of not out of the realm of possibilities that holy shit, unicorns like to eat virgins.
Yeah, well, might explain why there's so few of them. I'm sorry. Oh wow.
Especially in this day and age. Friends have different opinions, but it shouldn't ruin the friendship. Opinions change. Friendship should always be cherished and remain.
I have people who write to me asking if they're welcome on my stream. Like I ban anybody. The only person I would consider banning from my stream is me. Because I know the shit's going to come out of my mouth. Okay? I wouldn't have me on my channel if I were me. But that's neither here nor there. I still welcome even those who that are in the community that have pushed me the wrong way, that have said bad things, I still welcome them to my channel. Okay? If I have a disagreement with them, fine. We'll get over it. If we don't, then we'll figure out how to fix it. But you're still welcome on my channel. I only do one a week. Okay? So we can only be upset with each other for 8 hours an entire week. So maybe we can get along that long. I mean, hell, we get along the rest of the week.
Yep.
So I don't see, and that's how I look at it. We are a community. We stick together. Okay? Or what is it? United we stand, divided we fall?
Yep.
Okay, we don't need trouble in the ranks when we're being attacked by everybody and their brother.
Yeah.
So,
well, there are going to be things you cannot avoid. I remember when very early when I started this, I was being almost pushed to join a group. And I said, no, I'm independent. Well, join this group. No, I'm independent. Join this group. No, I'm independent. And then I got asked live after saying no like 4 times. I got asked live, don't you want to be a part of this group? And I said, no, I'm independent. And I had to say something after that. It said, look, I'm independent. It's not cool that you asked me live after I already told you 4 times I did not want to join this group.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it is. One of the things I like about specifically about the Fandom Menace is that number one, you don't have to ask to join. If you're a fan of an IP, if you love an IP, you can have that banner. That's all it takes. There is no person you report to besides yourself.
Right.
And I'm not selling anyone on anything. I'm just saying that there is no dues, there is no Discord, there is no anything. Either you are or you aren't. It's completely and totally up to you. There is no leader. It's just you're a fan, you love something, you feel like it's being attacked, it's not respected. Bam, that's it. That's all it takes. But even in that, there are going to be people that have that wave that banner, that disagree and argue and say, no, I think this about this, or I think that about that. There are going to be people that fight. The question is, do you want to tear each other apart, or do you want to deal with the issue that you believe is going on?
Yeah, and the big thing is that, yeah, there is some nasty stuff said on both sides of this. On both sides of the issue, especially with the Star Wars and the Fandom Menace at this point. There's some nasty stuff said on both sides, and I sit back. I tend to be an impartial observer because I don't have a true opinion until I experience it.
Oh yeah.
But being at each other's throats is not accomplishing anything.
Nope.
Okay, how can you blast the Fandom Menace for one thing and blast Disney for another thing when the Fandom Menace is blasting Disney for that? Is it just the way you're saying the message? I mean, what are you trying to prove? Other than, well, I like this person, but I don't like his message, so his message is bad, but his message is good. What, are you stupid? And my brain works logically. Okay, I tell everybody, if you told me to jump off the building, I'd tell you to go screw yourself. If you told me logically why I have to jump off the building, here I go. Okay? Now, it's a little extreme, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My brain works, well, this makes sense, this makes sense, this makes sense, logically. Okay? And part of my job currently is to think 2 steps ahead of where I'm at all the time. So it's force of habit for me. These people aren't making sense to me.
No. And Mr. Hyde says Doctor Who fandom has been equally nasty as well. Mr. Hyde, that shit's worse. If you sat down and you watched 2 people square off in the Star Wars community, it's like blasters at dawn. You go to a Doctor Who fight, them bitches are pulling like stilettos and blades and fucking and yard equipment from the prison to fight. I've never ever seen anything that cutthroat as the Doctor Who fandom and what's going on with Jodie and all that shit. When you have a Jodie supporter and someone who thinks Jodie sucks ass, them bitches are pulling blades. They're going to shank each other over this shit. I've never ever seen anything like that. Not over a show. It's full on fucking war.
Yeah. And it doesn't make sense. Okay, we like a certain IP. We like Star Wars. We love Star Wars. Whatever. There is no need to hurt people over it.
No.
Whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, there's no need for that. Another joke here. There are other reasons to hurt somebody mentally and physically and emotionally, but not, not that, because this is entertainment, people. And that's what it's there for, is entertainment. That's what we do, right, Loki?
Right.
We are entertainers. Or at least we try to be.
We try to be. Well, that's something I've told everyone I've talked to that has been like, hey, how can I do this? I said, well, part of it is talking about how you feel, but the other part, there is a showmanship to it. When I come out and I say greetings one and all, and I start greeting everyone, that is me coming out and taking my hat off and saying, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Loki's and Barnum and Bailey's circus. There's showmanship involved in it, and you entertain.
And that's and my normal greeting was greetings and salutations, friends and neighbors, fans and family, lovers and losers of all kinds.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do. And there is an entertainment value to it. There is an entertainment aspect to it. Because
being you, though, and staying you, that is something that you have to maintain.
Yes.
Don't lose sight of that, because you lose sight of that, you start talking all kinds of crazy shit and you can't do this, and telling people how to talk and telling people how they have to act and telling people how they have to run their channels. And that's when you get into some really fucked up, sad territory.
That's why I keep these primary in my life. My undeniable rules. Because, well, they're entertaining and they're fun and they're, and that's what keeps me. And it's sad to see a community tear itself apart at the end of the day. The problem is that the very people who are tearing apart the community don't want to be part of the community.
That's right.
They want to make everything in their image.
They want to run the community.
And you know what? For a bunch of non-religious folks, they sure do have a lot of superstitious religious type behaviors.
Yep.
I mean, where do you go?
Well, when you have fanatics saying they will run things better than you and they can do all this stuff, it's talk. It's talk. They're not actually doing it. That's something I brought up once. When you go on a stream and you say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to reshape this and I'm going to run all of this, you're talking. And everybody can get on this platform and talk. Mm-hmm. When I started the show, I was doing my show and Lori Roberts came over and said, what do you do, Lucky? I said, I'm doing a show. And she sat down and helped. And then the Valkyries showed up, and then Dave Bob showed up, and then Captain Trek showed up, and then Mark showed up. And these people that are here today, there's people that are here today, there's people that are not here today. They showed up, and I was doing it. I wasn't talking about doing it. I wasn't saying I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I just did it. And that's what you do. You just do it.
Mm-hmm. And, I have CCDV and you to thank for where I'm at right now. And especially, I would be remiss if I don't mention this, because I've gone out of my way to make sure he knows this. Captain Trek.
You are responsible for your good work, sir. You might have been inspired by us.
Okay.
But...
Well, no. See, CCDV gave me my first on camera, on stream.
But you stepped up and did it.
I stepped up and did it. Yes. I could have just gone.
Yeah. And some people do that. Some people do go, and they never get up there and do it.
And you know, you have to remember that I know that a lot of it is me, but without the pushing of CCDV to do it, without you coming to me out of the blue and going, "Hey, Admiral, how would you like to do this?" I'm like, yeah, okay, okay. Without Captain Trek posting my channel everywhere he went, so that more people can see, and you know, whether people like it or not, if you're part of the YouTube community, it is still a confidence issue. Whether you do it or not, you have to have the confidence. And you've said it yourself. Don't look at the numbers. Don't look at the numbers. Well, there are people who are watching me. That gives me more confidence, which leads me to more people watching me, which leads to more confidence. You see how this?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah, I can come up here and look like a blathering fool. I do it quite well. I got 52 years of experience doing it. Okay. I can make myself look like a complete idiot. And I hate to say it, but that's what people expect. So that's what I do. But that's part of the community thing. Okay. I can come up here and do my thing. You come up and do your thing. People know what to expect.
Yeah.
It's the people who go, well, I'm just going to dislike Loki because I just dislike Loki. Or, I hate to say it, or I just dislike the Admiral. Yeah, well, you know what? You can dislike me all you want. You're luckier than me. You can kiss my ass and I can't.
Well, 3 of those thumbs down this morning were there before we even went live.
And I know.
Love that. I love that. I do. I mean, you're just helping me.
Yeah, and what's funny is you didn't even the only way anybody knew who I was gonna be on here was because I made it on my show.
Yeah.
Okay. I announced it on my show because I didn't find out till yesterday. Did I hear an oops coming from the other end of this?
Well, you knew you'd be on. You just didn't know what day I wanted you on. I'd mentioned it last week. Guys, I did give him time. I just didn't tell him what day. And I've been running 1,000,000 miles an hour. And no, that's not an excuse. But with as much as I've been taken care of lately, I've been running 1,000,000 miles an hour. And sometimes Loki forgets. That's the honest truth.
You know
sometimes
what?
Loki, it gets away from Loki. And it wasn't even until someone mentioned it. Hey, are you going to have Doom on Monday? I'm like, oh, fuck. I did say I'd have Doom. Did I say it was Monday? I assume it was Monday. Okay. I'm messing with you. You going to be on Monday? And then Doom's like, well, thanks for, the not even 24 hours heads up, Loki. I mean, damn.
Well, okay, Loki. And here's what I tell people. Okay. I am going to, if you think I'm going to let you live this down, you're wrong. You know why? Because if I did the same thing to you, you wouldn't let me live it down.
No. I'd be like, oh, well, thanks for the 24 hours notice.
Okay.
Nah.
And that's what community is. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you backstage, on my stream this morning, we were watching Bird of Prey 5 play his flight simulator because YouTube didn't tell him I was on at all. So we went over to his stream and we're watching him play his flight simulator and we're laughing at him. We're having fun at his expense. And then he came over to my channel and we explained to him, this is what we do. This is community. This is why you have friends, to make fun of you. And that's what we are.
Yeah. Community has to be more than a word, Eastland Bookholder. Yes. Yes. I got asked once, and I'll bring up Discord. I don't know how many of you know what Discord is. There are tiers in my Discord. Okay. So you've got like patrons, you've got wrenches, you've got lieutenants in Discord, you've got ranks, right? Well, I'm in there with the everyday, everybody doesn't have a rank. I'm just in with the regular troops. Mm-hmm. Why? Someone was like, "Why aren't you at the top? Why you're the head of the server? Why aren't you at the top?" And I said, "Because I don't need to change the color of my name and have me above everybody else. What's the point in that? People have worked hard or they have donated to have these ranks. That's what's important. And putting me at the top of any kind of order, that's not important."
I haven't even learned all that yet. I just have a Discord.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'm new to Discord. I'm new to YouTube. Hell, the channel isn't even 3 months old yet. I don't need any of that. Everybody's equal in my eyes. Even those that badmouth me or my friends. I'll get along with you. That's why, like Chef Zilla said, that there's a reason that Arthur had a round table.
Damn straight.
You know, because there are two purposes for a round table. One, to look everybody in the eye as you're talking to them. And two, to hit them with a chicken leg when they do something stupid.
A turkey leg.
Yeah.
Well, shit. If you could do that, you could hit everybody at Disney for buying anything while you're there. Just grab a turkey leg from one of the vendors and food fight. One giant food fight in Disney.
Yeah. And it comes down to, like I said, I believe that we should all have fun.
Yeah.
We get along.
If you're not having fun in YouTube, something's seriously fucking wrong, folks. If you are not having fun doing this, if you are in YouTube and you are not having fun, find something else to do. I cannot help you. If you're not having fun, find something else to do. This is not for you.
Right. And, you know, a lot of the people in this community realize that together we're better. You know, because I run one stream a week, I have certain people that come on all the time. Okay. And occasionally I'll get an odd person out. But there's a lot of people who look to your channel, Loki, and look to this show and see this, and you know, if we don't all get along somehow, then we're fracturing the one thing that keeps us that's going to help us when YouTube finally decides that the small people aren't worth it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. The people who think they can wander off on their own and make enemies as they do it, they're the ones who are going to pay for it, not me.
Yep. I heard someone say, it was a while back, and I don't even remember who said it, but they said they basically were talking about networking, and I'm totally for networking, guys. That's why I love Twitter. People are like, "Oh my God, Loki, you love Twitter?" I'm like, "Yeah, because I get to network with all these different creators and talk to them, and I can keep in touch and I can plan things." Except for when I'm trying to plan a morning Monday show, because you know I get it at the last minute. But I heard this person talking about, well, you need to go through me, and I can plan all this out for all these different people. Unite under me, and we can have time slots, and we can have this, and we can go after people that don't want to be a part of it. And I'm like, fucking seriously? You want to make like a networking group to go after other YouTubers and get rid of them so that what you can like have like a little pact to get to the top? And then what is it going to be? Is it going to be like Survivor? Are you going to knife each other in the back until only one of you remains? And then what? What happens after that? It's asinine. And I can understand why people are like, no, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just going to do my thing. But that doesn't mean that you can't have friends and family in this community.
Right. Okay. It gets back to, yeah, well, I hate you too, Adega. You know, it is what it is. No, I understand the thing with the networking, and this is what the people who are trying to break down the community do not understand. Human nature is there's always going to be somebody who's going to try to one up somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not even human nature. Let's look at the animal kingdom. Animals do it all the time. We're not that far above animals. Keeping religious beliefs out of it, okay? Just humans are animals too. And we have animal natures and human natures. There's always going to be somebody to one up. And what happens is that once they get to the top, then they're constantly trying to stay at the top. And the people who are trying to, break this up, break community up, and make this hierarchy don't understand that.
No.
And believe me, there are a lot of people in history who said, I am the baddest in the planet. I am the baddest in the world.
Nominate Loki as leader. He has to buy his pizza. It's state law. Oh, Pudgy. I'll get you pizza anyway. You don't have to nominate me for anything, Pudgy. I'll get you pizza anyway. Yeah, Colin P. Smith, there can be only one. And he says, oops, wrong stream.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and B Star, yes. That's bullshit about networking. Networking is sharing info with others. Yes, you don't buy your way into that or be a part of a group to get that. You just network. You don't have to pay for that. There are people that try and pull that shit. Oh, pay me $200 dues a month and I'll put you in contact with blah, blah, blah. No, that's all horse shit. I'll be a part of this and help me get off the ground and I will help you network. No, sorry.
The question that I have is, if I had $200 to give you from my unmonetized channel,
yeah,
I wouldn't give it to you anyway.
No.
Because, well, I'm unmonetized. I need that.
Yeah.
And okay, I can readily admit it. My channel is one of those oddballs that if it ever gets monetized, it's going to be a joke. Because, 1,000 subscribers, really? I do old-time radio shows. I'm just looking at the big picture, not that, I'm not saying anything against me and my little content. It's just the way I look at it. Okay. It's not pop culture. It's not music. It's this little niche area. That's what I do. And I'm not going to give you $200 for you to help me get monetized on something that, there are not going to be 1,000 people on YouTube interested in this. I know this. I accept that. I'm doing it because I like to do it. So go away.
Yeah.
You have to be careful, Colin P. Smith. I when I see Ozymandias, I don't think the Watchmen. I think the Myth series and Oz of Oz the Perfect. So, not many people get that reference.
But if you want to be in community, you have to reach out to people and be a part of that community.
Yeah.
Don't set out to run that community. Don't set out to control that community. I heard something about time slots, I think a month and a half ago or something. Either we all get together and we make time slots. And if someone goes against that, then we start running over all their streams. I was like, is this person smoking fucking crack? By all means, if you want to run a morning show at 8 a.m., I'm not going to stop you. If you're like, ha ha ha, I'll take your viewers, by all means, try.
Yeah.
By all means. Because if I'm here doing this morning show with one fucking person here or 0 people here, I'm still going to be here and I'm still going to be doing this morning show. So, by all means, run a show at 8 a.m. right when I run mine. I don't care. I don't care.
You know, I well, like today, I had no choice but to end my stream before yours began, I guess.
No, you're going to be on it.
Yeah.
You could be on both, but I don't know how that would work.
Somebody's going to get a bit confused somewhere. And it's probably going to be me. But the fact of the matter remains that if somebody's trying to run the community, and we all know that there are people who are trying to do this. We don't need to mention names because we all know somebody. Me, I like being right where I'm at, back in the background going, yeah, okay. All power to you. Doesn't affect me at all. Because, well, you've seen my content. I like to, yeah, we get rather raunchy at times, but we like to have fun.
That's right.
We're just talking.
In sit room, I completely agree. Someone said to me once, they said, you run your community, Loki. I said, no, sir. I said, Valhalla is for everyone. People come to me, and like Mark came to me the other day and was like, hey, can I post this fundraiser thing? I'm like, dude, it's your server. It's not my server. It's your server. It's Purple servers. It's Sammy's servers. It's everybody's server. That's why I am in the rank and file, and I don't have a big rank because that server belongs to everyone that is a part of it. I will never take that server down. It will always be there, and it belongs to each and every single person that is in it. I don't run a community. I am part of a community. A community I fight side by side in. I fight in the shield wall in. I don't run a community. I am part of a community. So thank you for dropping that, sit room.
Yeah, it's I'm going to sit back and go, look, yes, I deal with my issues and still do this, but I'm no better than anybody else. There are people who've been doing it a lot longer than me. There are people who've been doing it less time than me, but we're all equal. Okay. It's the people who find that it's the people who find themselves with God complexes, or they've become so big that the little people don't matter anymore. They're going to find themselves on the outside looking in. You know, I don't have time for them. I'll welcome them to come by, and you'll welcome them to come by on your channel from time to time. But I don't need it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for me to put up with somebody going, well, this is what you have to think of Star Wars. No. No. What I think of Star Wars is my personal opinion. You may not agree with it, but I have the right and the opportunity to say what I think, and so do you. Next.
Yeah. And go ahead.
Same thing goes for Star Trek. Because, I mean, look, I don't make it obvious that I'm a Star Trek fan.
No, not at all.
But we're here to enjoy an entertainment and to get along with one another. Why can't we all just get along? Because there's some people who don't want to.
That's right. There are some people that don't want to, and they'll never want to. They will never want to get along. They'll never. They look at what other people do, what other people say, and they have to rip that apart.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and yet it's us being negative.
Oh yeah, it's all of us.
Excuse me. Apparently, you don't know the English language. No. Telling somebody they're a hater because they don't believe you is, well, being hateful.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, we see that every day. We see that all the time. And like right here, thank you very much for clicking those thumbs down, because all you're doing is helping me in the algorithm.
Yeah.
So you might be like, look, 6 thumbs down before he even starts. Come on. Do you
know what I see there?
Bothers me. That's it. That's me doing my job. That's what I see.
Well, no, here's what I see. You have 44 people watching and 37 interactions.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good odds to me.
Oh yeah. And I'll probably hit over 100 views. And we're talking about community. It's not like I'm bringing out something earth-shattering or some kind of news that will shake the foundations of YouTube.
Right.
We're just having a cool talk about communities.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead, hit the dislike bar, hit the thumbs down. YouTube doesn't see it as anything but YouTube doesn't see it as anything but, helping Loki or me or whatever. So,
and guys, before we get out of here, Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom has a wonderful YouTube channel, guys. He rebroadcasts these radio transmissions from World War II. I absolutely love listening to these. He has a great YouTube channel. You just finished up. How long did you run last night and this morning?
No, we started at 1:00 local, midnight your time, and ended about 20 minutes before you went on.
So almost right at 8 hours.
Yeah.
Guys, let me tell you something. To run a stream like that is taxing, especially if you never get up. If you're sitting there the whole time, which I assume you were sitting there the whole time.
I wasn't sitting there the whole time because, well, it would get a little wet in the studio.
Yeah,
I was drinking a lot of tea.
Even you were still sitting there 99% of the time. You got up to go to the bathroom, maybe get a drink.
Yeah.
Okay. I did that a couple weekends ago. I'll tell you something, guys. Even getting a break for lunch, that's taxing. By the time I was done, I was like, 9 hours. That's taxing. It seriously is. And bravo to you, sir, for streaming that long, because it's just no. I'd be so tired and exhausted by the time I got done that I'd be like, you know what? I got lunch in the middle of all that. So I got a 30-minute break where I got to just do whatever because I had 10 people on the panel and I had people covering for a big event. But to just do that the whole time, no. Bravo, sir. So check out his link is in the chat.
And remember, folks, I do have. I'm going to hawk this, and it's not because I'm trying to hawk my merchandise store. People, I'm doing something with my merchandise store to help other YouTubers. Okay. My mugs. Part of the gross profits are going to go to help other YouTubers who need it, and I'm not going to back off of that at all. That's what I'm going to be doing. Again, community. We help each other.
I do believe I have a coffee mug on the way.
So, you know.
They would have to tell you, Cobalt and Pudgy. I mean, I could tell you, but they really would have to tell you. It's up to them to say whether they are or whether they aren't.
So, yeah, it's... Yeah, Colin P. Smith, I believe we were on a long stream together at one point. Because I was with Mr. CCDV that time.
And Purple Valkyrie says we are supporters of Loki and members of his Patreon, Cobalt and Pudgy. Oh yeah, that's really there. It's up to them to tell you.
I am.
You are. You've been here for what? Are you in like month 3 or 4?
Yeah, month 3.
God.
Okay. Live life as if awesome is a downgrade. That's right, Mr. CCDV. Yep.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
He should know he wears that t-shirt. But that's what we do, is we help each other. We have fun. You know, you and I are going to have something to laugh about no matter what.
Yeah. And have fun and keep having fun. If you're doing this and you're not having fun, there's something wrong.
So, you know, if you don't want to have fun, go away. Okay? I don't have time for you. If you want to badmouth me, bring it to my face. Don't go behind my back.
Yeah.
Because, yes, I've said some things about YouTubers, but it was in a context of I'm trying to understand why this is going on. You come to me, we talk, we still disagree. Fine. I just want to understand why. And who knows? And who knows? If I sell a coffee mug, maybe I'll help you too. Next.
Dave G. Sound says the 5-minute mysteries Admiral plays are short and fun, and you get them as a treat randomly if you sign up, if you like old time radio.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The 5-minute mysteries are they walk you through a mystery, and about 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, they give you 30 seconds to figure out who the guilty party is or whatever. And then they tell you if you were right or wrong. And it's 5 minutes. I think the longest one is 5 minutes and 15 seconds. So,
and holy shit, Admiral, we're going to get to do a skull. Psycho Dwarf 9 just tipped $1.99. Thank you so very much, Psycho Dwarf 9. And skull!
There it is! It's beautiful! Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And Psycho Dwarf 9 says most folks don't get along well with all of their family. Doesn't mean we desert them. That's right. Psycho Dwarf 9. That's right.
Right.
That is correct, sir. Thank you so much for being on the show this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm always glad to do it.
And we will have you on here again at some point soon in the future. Guys, if you haven't checked out his channel, check out his channel. He's got a great channel. If you like it, hit that subscribe and hammer that notification bell. We will be back tomorrow. I don't think I have anything going on tonight. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that I don't have anything going on tonight. So we will see you Tuesday. Thanks again, Admiral, for being here.
You're welcome.
And we will catch you guys later.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.